up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Time for another live stream. I feel like, right now I'm talking to the people who are watching this afterwards, or maybe are restarting watching this during the live stream. Um, I am, I just felt guided to show up again for the collective. So we're definitely doing a collective pick a card reading again. Um, and later on during this live, of course, I'm available for some personals as usual. I am just setting everything up right now because a one woman show in a sense of that I have to take care of all the background settings and stuff like that. So just taking a moment to ground into the live stream. Okay, I don't know if the notifications are coming through, but just gonna prepare the reading. All right. I think the notifications are coming out and coming through right now. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna just start preparing this pick a card reading. I hope the chat is working and I hope the mic is working well. If you guys could let me know whether the mic is working or not. Why is this all right? Sometimes the decks like to start to like mix each other up. I have no idea why it just happens sometimes. And then there's another deck that I have to double check real quick. All right. Yes. Thank you for letting me know, Cobus. I hope you're doing well. Are you back from vacation? All right, that's good. All right. Let me just quickly double check if it's okay. Ready. The audio is working, the chat is working. Let me just quickly change these settings and then I'm going to put the cards down. That is a little too much. All right, 720 is fine. All right, that's better. Okay. I felt guided to pick up this deck. I can understand that. I can understand that. Yes, definitely. Once you're back, it's like first and foremost, you first book it and then you actually, almost go. And then, the time comes closer. So you're looking forward to it. And then it's actually there. And then the little after vacation dip sets in when once you're back. It really depends on the weather. One time I went on this trip during February and, towards a warmer climate and your body instantly sort of awakens, from the winter sleep and, you know, hibernation. And you come back and it's just cold and rainy. And, that's more intense than if you come back and there's still some sunshine, like for example, September or like, springtime where the summer is still coming. So yes, it is nice to actually travel around winter time, but to then come back from that, it takes some time to settle back in, that's for sure. All right. Here we go. I have two different decks that I hardly ever use online. Like I use them, but I don't necessarily use them during a live stream or monthlies. So, but I felt guided because it's all about purification and clarification is what I'm hearing, and I feel like the divine feminine really wants to come out. And you know, divine feminine is like the most creative side of our spirit, and wants to just do things differently, you know. This is a really old school deck. I've had this one for a very long time, and like I said, I like hardly use it. But it's also like quite a hard deck because it's like images on one side and there's like, you know, a lot of words and stuff on the other. So like I know which one it is right now, but you know, I know that you guys can probably like not really read that from that far, but it doesn't matter because there's other cards in it. All right, we have this deck, which is, you know, came to me I think around October last year, but definitely grew quickly to become one of my favorites. I don't know why I am spontaneously giving you guys reviews on decks all of a sudden, but it is what it is. You gotta talk about something, you know. I've been feeling a little bit more resistance towards this deck though. But let's see. I haven't used it that much because I felt like, you know, it might just need an energetic break. Keeping it old school, okay. Keeping it old school is what I'm hearing. You see? I'm smiling because, you know, they're already talking to me, like, you know, when it comes to like the way they're like just one deck just, you know, created all this chaos instantly. Okay. Don't do that so quick, just tell me when. Thank you. One more for second deck. Thank you. One more for the third deck. One more, please. There we go. All right. There's someone in here, or there's someone maybe watching this afterwards. There's so much tension in that person's upper back, and there might be some messages that come with that, but yes, because once I mention it, it starts to calm down. So when that happens, when it comes down within me after I mention it, I know it's like not my energy, but that pressure that I'm feeling, I know that that is also like connected to like when you feel a lot of grief, or when you like, you know, store a lot of emotions around that subject. It's like the back of the lungs, but I think it's just a side note for now. There might be some extra information that comes with that, but that's just a side note. I needed to say it because otherwise I'll be sitting here with the you know, cramped up muscles and stuff. Okay, it's really like my least favorite part about doing this work. So my physical body starts to like wants to join the party. Oh, that could be Cobus. You gotta do some stretching, okay? A little bit of yoga. like you know, you have like a lot of like easy way of stretching your back. All right, we have the decks already. So I don't know if you guys are ready. If you need a little bit more time, you can pause the live stream. If you watch this afterwards, you can also pause the reading as usual. And I'm just gonna jump in. Let's just general. Let's just see what comes through. I'm asking for messages around this time, moving into Gemini season and sort of easing out of May. So that's a little bit the time period that I'm like focusing in on. But it could also be like more general messages that come through that may be applicable, for like beyond that time because time is fluid. But I am trying to sort of tune into like what the frequency of the collective will be starting, giving us from now till the end of May. I really feel stronger towards June. I've been thinking and feeling, probably because I'm recording monthlies for June at the moment, and I'm so focused in on like Gemini season and Gemini energy and Cancer season coming up, that I feel like it's good to sort of be in the here and the now. And we're still in Taurus season, and we can like sort of still, ground ourselves into this earth energy. And I think that that's something that I just wanted to mention during this live stream. Feminine energy, Venus, a ruler of Taurus. So, all right. I'm gonna start focusing that energy in the decks because a lot of like general messages are coming through, and I just want to reserve that energy. I am, before I jump in, quickly side note, I am available for personal readings. The information is in the description box. If you have any questions, hit it into the chat. Yeah, let's just begin. First, we do the general 1, 2, and 3. All right. First group. Let's see what's going on. You have the tarot cards are wow, the Tower and the Empress. Well, I'll be damned. You have divine alchemy together with the sun energy. Be patient, it will come. The bear is here. This is the deck that I was talking about, you know. Healing, divinity, and vulnerability. Beautiful. And then you have the card, when I lean into fate of the universe, peace becomes real. Beautiful art. Peace that comes with that. I love how these two, like these owls are often, they don't have their eyes shut like this often. They actually, are quite aware. They have like this 360 type of neck view. They are aware, okay? They see the detail. They have insane eyesight and they trust a lot on that and on their instincts. But the disconnecting from that thing that always, is first in line. So basically, that is the eyesight. When it comes to the owl, it's actually trusting and closing off that side and actually trusting on something more deeper within. And the card of like be patient, it will come, shows up with the sun. It's like manifestation power. I am really feeling that this is a season of like awakening. The bear is here as well, and the bears are, are awakening. And I was already talking about winter, you know, uh, hibernation and stuff like that earlier on. It's like anything worth having takes time. And it's about bringing in that nuance of knowing when we are, I'm hearing waiting on Godot, which is a it's a whole nother branch. um, it's like we don't really know what we're waiting on, but we're sort of just waiting and being complacent into, the same space that we're at, or actually actively being patient, doing what you can, taking in, things that come to you, but not out there forcing things to happen. There's this nuance happening, and I feel like I said, this is a season for you guys of reawakening, awakening, and stuff awakening, stuff sprouting, blooming, growing. And when it comes to the Empress in the Tower, it really is that divine timing of things. The divine doors are opening, the divine moment of now it starts to grow, now it starts to come. And learning a deep core lesson when it comes to that, of like leaning on a different type of timeline, on a different type of eyesight, you know, the view through the third eye. Because move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. The manifestation energy in this first group, in this first deck, is like really through the roof. It's almost like rediscovering or redefining the art of manifestation and the nuances in that, and really getting a deeper look at how that can actually, you know, serve you. And it doesn't have to be with this anxiety around it, this uncertainty, this levels of like doubt and frustration, and then you have something, oh okay, you see, I manifested something. But it's like you gotta lean on a certain faith, and with that faith comes this patience, with this patience comes this awareness of where you are, and also like the things that are already around you. You're capable of either, you know, not only looking beyond and where you're not yet, but where you came from and where you are in the here and now, and therefore are open for new circumstances to come in. So that is like very strong. It comes through. It's like the healing, divinity, and invulnerability. So there's this healing. But yes, we can talk about physical healing, maybe even mental healing, right? Like mental health and stuff. But I feel it's more of like to a core. It's almost like healing of a connection, a bond with you, your higher self, you and the universe, you and God, and whatever label you feel comfortable. But it's like a healing of that, the reestablishment of that connection that was and then wasn't and now will be again. And feeling that coming together and sort of merging into one energy again, and feeling like I'm not alone, and I'm not just, you know, being punished, or I'm not just being left out. It's like really things are happening behind the scenes, and even if I can't see it right now, it's okay, because I can trust in my own wisdom, I can trust in my own knowledge, and trust in the faith that I have, and also in the life circumstances that you've been through before, the results you have seen before. And not losing that faith, not losing that hope brings comfort, brings peace. And that peace and that comfort and that, you know, easing into this energy brings about those manifestations. So there's really a coexisting, a co-partnership. It's co-creating. It's not just the universe giving you something when they think it's the right timing. It's no, you do the work. You do co-create. You do put in your parts, and there are just certain sides that is just simply not up to us. But then again, it is also, there's also a lot that is, you know, and becoming aware what is and what isn't up to us. That brings about this Empress Tower energy. So this could be feeling healing, feeling connection, feeling that sense of divinity back after a very tough time, after you've really fell down and maybe even hit rock bottom, is what I'm hearing. Finding that healing, finding that remerging is what I'm hearing. It's it's very divine. It's very powerful as well. Be patient, it will come. That's what, you know, the main message. And so when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real, the peace. And that's a very important aspect to this as well. All right, that's it for the first group. I hope, you know, for whoever's listening now or maybe afterwards, There's something in there for you guys. All right. Second group. Let's see what this has to bring. All right. First card up. 8 of Cups. Walking away. Wow. 4 of Wands. Oh, hi Jasmine. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, I am. I am. You can find the information in the description box, but I am open for personals after I finish the collective pick a card reading. All right, let's continue. 8 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Beautiful. Life force energy. You have the Shaman, of course. I think I might need to give this card a break soon because it shows up all the time lately. Lion. Wow, you got the main card of the deck. Beautiful. Then we have when I think I've surrendered, I surrender some more. Do really feel strong connection between the first group and the second, but then again, we're reading the collective energy. First and foremost, the lion shows up and it gives you courage, strength, healing, protection, and life energy, which is crazy because here we have life force energy. So this comes like this, right? The 8 of Cups. And then finding yourself in the 4 of Wands, finding yourself feeling like, hey, I'm actually creating this stuff. I'm actually actively changing. I see changes. I see improvement. I feel more peaceful. I feel more in harmony. I feel like I have more of a say in my life and life circumstances. I feel like I have the ability to change things and make it better. And I see things improving. That energy with the 4 of Wands, finding that connection, comes through you passionately creating. So from a place of passion, from a place of I'm so excited about this. This is so interesting. Oh, I really like this person. Or like, like there's this thing like this new, you know, you have like people who find a new sport or find a new hobby and they, that passionate energy, that passionate energy starts to stir up the pot. Like this deck is like second time it goes all over the place. But that's the thing. It starts to stir up the day to day is what I'm feeling. So anything you can integrate into your day to day that brings about a little bit more of like that excitement and that fun and lighthearted energy, spontaneous energy. Just trying something new. To just try it. See if you could figure it out. That brings about new life source energy because I really felt that you're leaving and you're walking away and you're moving yourself from a situation and a journey that was just really utterly draining. Just can't do it anymore. Just don't really see like any benefits to, you know, any benefits from what it comes. And then we have the lunatic insights and cosmic. It's like literally a little bit of a filter, like I don't need other people to understand why I'm trying this. I don't need other people to understand what I'm chasing or what I'm after or what I'm trying to create. I don't need everybody on board. It's important that you in follow your own authentic path and follow your own authentic passions and pathway. That is what is the main purpose and lessons through this journey. Because you trust yourself. You learn how to communicate on a deeper level with yourself from that space. It says, am I crazy or is it the moon? Am I crazy or is it the moon? Is what it says in the book right here. So when I think I surrender some more. I believe that this is a disconnect from other people's pressure, like the pressure from the world around you. It's draining, it's suffocating, it is depleting you of your inspiration and your passion. And there's nothing wrong with needing a source of that powerful, passionate energy in your life. There's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody needs it, and everybody has like a certain extent that they, might want it or need it. But if you're a person who's very quick to adapt to changes and likes to try out new things and all of that, and then you're trying to force yourself in being a very stagnant energy of like more of like a lot of routine, and you don't thrive in those type of circumstances, that's okay. If you figure out by giving it a go, giving it a try, and see like, hey, I do need to make some changes, then you're listening to what your authentic needs are. And you figure it out by sometimes going through seasons with this Eight of Cups, like going through and walking on pathways that you're like, ooh, this is really not really bringing me what it seems to bring this person and that person. It's really not doing that for me. So it's like or directly having like these inner conversations by the world reflecting it back to you. And often this level of like depletion and energy comes from trying so hard to make something fit that just isn't for you. And doesn't mean that you are above other people or above situations. It's just like everybody's different, and everybody has different needs, and needs different type of stimulation, and that's okay. That is, you know necessary in the world. We need different type of people. But sometimes we get caught up into the image of what people want us to do, or what our life circumstances are asking of us. And there's nuances in that. You can definitely bring in something that could give you that sense of freedom a little bit more. If it's just only solely for that purpose, to bring in some energy, and then you can take to different areas of your life. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Same thing. Maybe it is about the sexual side of life. Maybe you have a partner and the two of you are really like sexually not compatible. you know that's a possibility. Is that then a reason to break up? Is it a reason to move forward? Who knows? For certain couples, yes, it really definitely is a reason. And it doesn't necessarily have to be superficial, because it's also honoring your own sexuality. For other couples, really not that big of an issue, because they lean and they connect in different ways, and then therefore it's different. But it's discovering the truth, but then also owning it without necessarily the need for that external validation is key. You might get that external validation, might get people on board like, no, no, I completely understand, I will do the same thing or whatever. Like, yes, it's good for you, you should do that. But even if you don't get it, you learning how to trust and lean on your own authentic needs. Not only physical needs, it's just spiritually, mentally. Like, you can talk about sexual energy, but that also is a really big part of like intimacy. So there's like always translated back to certain things. If it comes from a healthy space, like the lion, and you're not trying to find validation in that space, the stuff that and I'm not giving it just as an example, doesn't necessarily have to be that, but yeah, it's not a topic that we talk about a lot, but it is what it is. You gotta own your own truth. Beautiful. Have the power, have the strength and the courage to listen to yourself. And that will bring about this harmonious energy, because at least you're no longer at war with yourself. And that brings peace. All right. That's the second group. Right. a lot. A lot of energy coming through for you guys. But we still have one to go. Wait, let me just read the comments real quick. Oh, hi, Natasha. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry, I was reading two things at the same time, which is not really my strongest part in life. Let me see. Yes, Daisy, I am doing personal readings. There should be information in the description box, and you are right, Jasmine. I'm not seeing it right now. Let me just quickly double check that. I'm just gonna refresh this because it's weird because I actually it always transfers. Let me see. That's so weird. Wait, let me just quickly fix that. I hope there is a quick. But I'll just try something. One moment. Yeah, well, maybe that doesn't really make that much sense. Okay. One moment. Is it on this one? Yes. All right. Maybe I should just. I'll just drop the link because I have to. One moment. Like first I need to think and then I can talk. Okay. So I'll add a link to another live stream, and in that description box it is, all the information is there. So you can just click on this link and that takes you to a different live stream, and there's all the information and also the link to the PayPal and everything in the description box. So that should work for now. But good, thank you for letting me know as well, Jasmine, because then I can like double check that next time I go live. Which it's so weird because it never happened before, but then again, you know, it is what it is. All right, I have to put this. This one needs to go off. Oh, wait, that was the wrong one. One moment, guys, and I will jump into the last pick card, the third one. There we go. I just need to remove this and this one. All right. Put this back in the lives. Okay. All right. We're good to go. We are good to go. Oh, by the way, thank you, Natasha. I saw your payment, so I'll put your name on the list. You're the first one after I finish the pick a card reading for the third group. All right, let's breathe. I'll take a quick sip of water and then I'm really jumping in. I forgot to fill up my bottles. I have like this really big pack. I'm the only one who's drinking from it, so I don't care. All right, here we go. Put this aside. Let's see. That and the Queen of Cups. Wow. I'm hearing the end of an era. Call to action. Protectors. Protectress. Okay, interesting. The owl energy shows up again. And you have I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Beautiful. All right, Natasha. That's okay. I will try my best to like plan it in a way where you can actually, tune in, and otherwise I'll just do your reading. Anyway. Okay, so here we go. Death and the Queen of Cups. First and foremost, I'm seeing like an end of a situation when it comes to like, matters of the heart. And because they're calling in this energy of freeing yourself from something that was holding you back from actually feeling and stepping into that Queen of Cups era, in that season where you feel emotionally safe to connect to the world around you and have the world around you connect to your heart in that way. So there needed to be a release of something that was restricting that. Some part, maybe sometimes is a part of us that doesn't feel safe, that feels a certain blockage around, being vulnerable or showing up with an open heart based on like either life experiences or just simply because our soul needs to actually learn how to become comfortable with that throughout, our life and the lessons that we learn. I really feel that because the nine shows up as well, it's like your energy is valuable, protect it well. Strength, boundaries, and amulet. So I feel like there's an energy of like a recovering people pleasing. So it's like recovering, being actively trying to work on, um, yes, giving, but giving from a different space and not feeling that you have to overgive of yourself. And sometimes we then fall into a season of like when we first like have the overgiving and maybe the people pleasing and maybe being trained in that way throughout our youth and all of that, becoming aware of certain habits and, you know, um, anxiety that comes around with like disappointing people and all of that. There's so many layers that come to that. Then you might actually fall into a season of, I'm just gonna close it off because then at least, I can't overgive, but then there's no nuance, So then coming into a phase where you can actually start to like balance it out, and protecting your energy and valuing yourself doesn't necessarily need to mean that you can give open and freely or have an open heart towards life and people around you either. So trying to find ways of navigating through that can definitely put you in this space of freeing, like almost like liberation, like you're freeing yourself of one way of looking at it, and that results in feeling a way towards it, but being able to get yourself into that new space is like key. So they're saying take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. That's, very important. It's like take charge and lead by example. The best way to inspire people and to influence people is by simply embodying it yourself. I'm gonna just give you know, just an example. For me personally, like I've been vegetarian for forever. Forever. I don't know, like 24 years or something. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe longer. I don't know. I don't keep count. Anyway, it's like over 20 years minimum. Um it's just came from like pretty young age, start to develop it more and more, and it just came natural to me in that journey throughout, just basically living my life what felt authentic to me. I wasn't necessarily out as a, you know um out to make other people vegetarians, or eat vegetarian as well. It's never really been my source, of like trying to do that, trying to convince other people of like, that my way of living or my choices of eating or whatever, that is something that I want to imprint on them. The thing is that no matter how hard I'm like either trying to do that or not trying to do that, it will have an effect regardless, because you end up in situations where you're at a party or you're at a restaurant and you're the only one who's vegetarian. And so, they're like, oh, you're vegetarian? Like, sometimes you find yourself in a group where there are more people, and now definitely like throughout the last 5 6 years, there's so much more people that are either flexible with it and try new things, and it's all good, and it definitely has progressed. But the thing is that when you end up, having a conversation about it, it's often because people are like, here, this is the vegetarian one, and they're like, oh, you're vegetarian? I also sometimes eat vegetarian. I actually really like vegetarian food. They start to have a conversation about it, but it's like leading by example. It's just me to like trying to live, I just live my life, and that's just how I choose to do things. I'm not viewing it necessarily, I'm not trying to have an opinion whether someone else is it as well. Because I found that is also the most effective way, because it doesn't cost me any energy. I just do what is truly natural to me. But by just showing up in that way, I'm not even really a big advocate for it. Like, you shouldn't do this, or you know where your meat come from, and like all of that. It actually creates a lot more space for those other people to feel more comfortable and actually trying it out themselves as well, or start communicating to you about it. And therefore, they're opening up the space for you to actually share some things. Not to convince them, but just because, it's leading by example. And I'm just giving it as an example, because a lot of times we feel that we are worried what other people might think, or, feel like this is the way we choose to do. Maybe we want to convince others of that as well. There's a nuance in that, and that's what I'm feeling with you guys. It's like you're liberating yourself of that. It's okay to be different and to make different choices and to just live your own authentic life, and you're not out to like make other people feel left out or make other people feel like you're better than them or they should also do that. It's or vice versa, putting yourself in that position, like they are like this, maybe I should like try this, or it's like, no, trying to stay like true to yourself and liberating yourself from a way of viewing it. It's the way you look at it that brings about the restriction. But you are also are already, because the first card that shows up is the death card, meaning you're already in transition of that. So you are already on the right track of rediscovering the roads back to your own Queen of Cups era, where you connect and open up to the world from a open heart energy. And with that, so much more love comes back to you. You might actually then start to see people wanting to, you know, communicate with you or want your opinion or want your advice, and they just find you. And it is right before I started the life, I knew that, the feminine energy really had a lot to say, but I feel it's most strongly connected to your deck for some reason, group number 3, because there's this other side of the feminine, because the feminine is also the protector, and it's this protecting energy. It's like reconnecting with your own femininity, but also understand that there are certain that boundaries and all of that. Yes, it is to serve the situation, all of that, but sometimes they're also hindering us, and sometimes it's okay to like revisit, like, okay, this boundary is right here, maybe I can go a little bit back. It's okay. Let's just try it out. If it's not, if it's out of place there, then maybe we can put it back in place. But like, try to understand that just because 5 years ago that's the boundary you really needed to get out of a situation, to heal yourself from a situation, that doesn't necessarily mean it needs to stay there forever, or else you're back in like where you found yourself 5 years ago, where you was trying to get out of. And just understanding and looking through situation from a place of love, feeling a sense of gratitude towards it, brings this energy, like this liberation, and therefore more nuance in like how to go about that in a more softer way, where it actually is much more beneficial for you and your happiness and just overall emotional connection to your life, which brings about happiness and fulfillment and healing. Okay. All right, that is it. That's it for deck number 3. I hope that that was helpful. I really enjoyed doing this deck, and I'm sorry I went a little bit on a rant about the vegetarian lifestyle. So it's just what it is, you know. It's just a part of me, but it's not doesn't define me. I mean, however, also allergic to chocolate, and that people find a lot more weirder. So I guess that's something to back it up. Anyways, let's move on. Let's jump into the other side of the live stream and just see if we can, do some personal readings. All right, Jasmine, I just saw your payment come in through PayPal, so I'm glad that it worked out in the the ghetto version way. It's fine. We'll make it work. I'm just cleansing out these decks right now. Hi, Trent. Aquarius. Always nice to have Aquarius people into the group chat. So you're more than welcome over here. In the ghetto. Literally, that thing lives in my mind. Where you going? Where you at? Where's the deck? Oh, it's underneath here. It's like, that's confusing. All right, so we have these, and then we have this one. All right. Over here. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna just, if anyone else would like a personal reading, the information is normally always in the description box. Just tonight it decided to like pull one on us, so you can, I put a link to another YouTube video, to another live stream in the chat, and if you click that, you can then go to the description box of that reading, and there you can find the link. So that's just the way we're gonna have to do it tonight. Okay, I'm just reading Natasha's reading. Natasha, are you like, here, or are you busy right now? All right. I'm just gonna tune in for you, Natasha, and just gonna see what guidance comes through. All right. I'm sorry to hear about that situation. I'm gonna use this deck for a couple cards, and then I'm gonna add another deck into it. That's what they're. Any guidance for Natasha at this time on that situation? Yeah. Knight of Wands, Five of Swords, the Devil, Justice, Nine of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. there's just this, they're just like letting me know that that they are aware of the situation, and that you are definitely, there are a couple of, like, your guides that are trying to navigate you through these times. That's what I'm feeling. Normally I don't really mention it in that way, but I really wanted me to like mention it in that way, because they're like, hey, hello, with the, we are like aware of this. Are you aware? But we're like aware. That's what I'm feeling. So it's very, it's like we're here, trying to guide you through this, but we can only do so far if you can stay connected or committed to continue to give to this situation over here. So that's a little bit what I'm feeling. Whatever you choose to do, you're being like backed up basically. So you're being guided, and it's a lot of like free will in this situation. I'm just gonna tune in for one moment, Natasha, because they're coming at me with two different things. I feel there's like this, there has been multiple wake up calls moments, and no matter how much that has sort of an impact, and how much reaction that brings about, and how much willingness to change, but the actual change and the actual getting out of this loop, energetically, that has been like the real challenge. I see, however, when it comes to justice and the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, is that the where you want to go with justice, and for things to be just and be fair, and actually bring about these Nine of Cups, and for you to like say yes towards a situation with 100% energy, that definitely takes the leap of faith from disconnecting, and it's you, because Capricorn energy, and you show up in your own reading, which is strong, meaning that you're in the leadership position. But maybe that's the problem, and obviously I did readings for you before, and I know a little bit of your situation, but it comes true stronger again of something I've mentioned before, that you need, you deserve, let's put it that way, you don't need anything, but like what you deserve is something that is that justified, um, balanced energy, in the sense of that it's partnership, equal give and take. It doesn't mean that you have to be equal in all areas of your life, because then again, it's okay. One thing you're a little bit better at the other person, but it's, I don't see the equalness of this showing up. And you got you regardless. You gotta figure it out. You know how to make it happen. You know how to make it work. But at one point, you just would like to feel that you come into a season where you can reap the benefits of that. Because it's not, life is not just only about getting through another day, just fixing one other issue, just getting this done, just having another conversation, just trying to convince that person to do better. It's a lot, you know. Okay, I'm gonna now pick up the other deck because that's what they wanted me to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, let's clarify this a little bit. What is any other advice that comes through? Yeah, the tower is here, exactly. It comes from a place of the tower. The justice happens, comes through with the tower. So I do feel that that might be, okay, I'm gonna put it in this way. The devil with the tower. So for you, in order to bring this justice about, this justice comes from your angels and your divine, guidance showing up, and it's like, okay, I'm now going to put a little bit of a, um a redirection here and there. So they are definitely here and there tweaking some of the things. They can't do a lot, but I am seeing there's another energy that is trying to sort of guide you a little bit. So that nagging feeling that won't leave you alone, something you actually can just not let go, that actually could be, the guidance that you feel from within us just as much. But with the Tower and the Justice is like, it's either a situation takes, I cannot. I just cannot. The devil shows up again. The devil is clarified with the Tower and the devil. Okay. I may not be too dramatic, but it is something now. It is something. But because, like I said, like you have Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn energy, so you showing up in your own reading, but I need to just get a couple more cards and not just only the devil. Why is the devil? Why does the devil and the Tower shows up in this way? Wow, I cannot for the life of me. You see, this shit happens. Ay, Dios mío. It's really, literally, I'm clarifying, right, with a different deck. The devil is clarified by the devil. Justice is clarified by the justice card. That's why they wanted me to pick up a different deck. Because they wanted to let me know, like, how this is a loop. No matter what way you look at it, there are these things that are just active. It is the devil wanting, bringing in the justice. I just want to see what did that. I don't know, Natasha, if you're watching live right now, because like you said, like, you're running errands. But if you watch this one back, girl, Page of Wands. Okay, so what is it trying to say on top of the obvious? Okay. Okay. Okay, what they're showing me with this is that get back to the beginning is what they're letting me know. Get back to the beginning stages. Really go back to the basics, what I'm hearing. Go back to the basic, go back to the beginning. There's the foundation of the union, the foundation of the situation is very important. And if there is a lot of like unfaultiness and there's no ego give and take over that, then there's no need to bring that into your day-to-day package of responsibilities, because it's bringing it back to the basic. They're showing me with the Page of Wands, the Page energy, the Two of Pentacles energy, the Four of Wands energy, the Knight of Pentacles. All right, Natasha, I'm glad you're here, but I'm already like in the middle of your reading. But like, have you watched it so far or no? Because it's been an entertainment over here. But like I said, you can like watch it back anyway. So, yeah. So that's the thing. Okay. Well, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Like I said, like you're able to like rewatch it, but you can also like go back to the beginning of your yeah, exactly. Just focus on the kids. I will continue to just channel and just put them as out there, and it will be out here for you to watch. So you can just take your time. I think I started like, I don't know what time, 10 minutes ago or something, maybe 7 minutes ago, I don't know. So it's around 50 minutes or something into the reading for you to play it back. All right, I'm gonna continue just channeling out this last message that I wanted to put on a table, and then you can definitely, take your time listening to it. It's totally okay. Your guides are in here, so no worries, no stress. Okay, Page of Cups, Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. It's like we're taking nice and easy and slow. We're going back to the basics, you know, we're bringing it back to the basics. We gotta just work on that foundation. There's no need to like be moving in together and all of this and the day to day and all of it if that foundation isn't, you know, something to build up on. And that's what they're showing me with this justice and the devil, because there's this attachment that is keeping you stagnant. Like for example, if you live together, there's a whole nother level of layers that come with that in a connection, in a situation, because you can't just like be like, well, I'll just see you in 3 weeks, you know, we'll just need a little bit of a break. No, because it takes, you know, away the day to day. You know, you're used to having certain routines with one another, so it's like taking that out, taking it out of like what it is that keeps you together and what it is that you want to, the reason why you want to be together, not what keeps you together. With the Three of Swords is here as well. I'm feeling more of like the fear energy. That's like you fearing of like the Three of Swords. I am sensing also something around the kids, because you know the kids are also used to this person, and yeah, you're just worried. You're worried about making the wrong decision. You don't want to make a hasty decision. You're like, why can they just not act right? If you could just commit a little bit over here, hello. You know, I just want to see a little bit of commitment, and I'll be good to that. But even that you can do. You know, I got it. I got it. The Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Four of Wands. Nice, because now we're calming the energy down. We're moving from the Knight of Swords into the Eight. Good with the Eight of Pentacles as well. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. Exactly. You have the Page of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Temperance energy. So it is about really bringing in the bare minimum, but therefore also lowering your expectations based on the things that you give to that situation. You now start to fill yourself up, and so your cup becomes more overflowing, your cup becomes more full, because you feel less drained about thinking about the situation and how to fix it. You feel less drained because this is why they're not doing it, and why are they not doing it, and how can I make them start doing this, because it's what I, you know, what I'm allowed to like expect of the situation, but then they don't do it. Like, am I crazy? Like, it's so much, and therefore there's even more energy that comes towards it, which is more draining, which takes up more space, and it all just starts to feel a little, you know, icky and heavy, and it's just overbearing of actually like why the two of you got together in the first place. So you definitely deserve to claim the space for yourself and clear out of that mental clutter and that mental like distraction. Like, it's okay, like, I just, you know, if you're like, you know what, I just can't be in this loop anymore for now, I just need to go back to the basics. I want to give, you know, find healing in that way. You just want to have an answer, and I do so out of that situation and out of, you know, just having that pause. You find like a lot more balanced energy. Your focus is just completely different. You're showing up as the queen, and as, you know, the Hierophant energy, and as like, you know, the commitment and the Nine of Pentacles. And then just because you know and you can do it all by yourself doesn't mean you have to, and you know this, and that's why it irks you. So I'm gonna get one more extra message for you, this card. Wow, beautiful. Darling, don't you remember? You are a badass. Keep winging it. The fairy. Blessings flow and magical energy. Just remember, you are a badass. Pour some of that love and attention and energy into your own cup and your cups, your kids, and your future, and your emotional fulfillment. I'm hearing also the song Owner of a Lonely Heart. I don't know if you need to listen to that song because it pops up super random. Um, Maybe there's something in the lyrics that clicks for you. All right. Just so you know, even though you might feel like, you're out there doing it by yourself and all that, like you really have like strong connection to the divine. Like there really are, your spirit is around and is trying to help you navigate through these situations and moving forward, like as best as they can. And as best as you allow them to. All right. That was a very eventful reading. I hope there's something in here, Yeah. Yeah. And you should. It's the little things. And that's often the ones that break it. Man. Just continue to pour into your own cup, because that's how we teach other people. We start to like teach ourselves and also practice that sense of self-love and giving ourselves at least the bare minimum of what we deserve. We teach other people how to love us back. A lot of times we think we train people how to love us back by actually showing love to them, loving them in a certain way. So we think like, me taking care of you, you probably might actually give it back to me in that same way. I'm gonna teach you how to love me by loving you in a certain way. But you don't understand, like a lot of people have like and uncompatible love languages, and you need to communicate about those love languages, and you need to start becoming aware of what is your love language and how do you receive and how do you give love, you know. And a lot of times we teach people how to treat us and how to love us by actually treating and loving ourselves to a holding it up to a certain extent, in a certain standard. But that's tough. Not easy, but not impossible. All right, I'm sending you a big hug. Happy Mother's Day to you, Natasha. You deserve that one. I'm giving you a big hug. And this man better start, scheduling some dinner nights and date nights and shit. Be good girl. I'm sorry, that was just that was a message from me, okay? That was not from you guys, but that was my own personal message. Man. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And once again, you can like rewatch the entire reading. I think I started around 15 minutes into the live stream, so but you'll see because I started like shuffling the card and stuff. All right. Up next is Jasmine. So I'm gonna just quickly prepare the table for your reading. Let me just see if you left your question over on Patreon. Patreon? PayPal, sorry. Patreon. No. All right, Jasmine, if you could send me your question into the chat over here, then I can start tuning in for you. All right. Yes. Of course I am. And I'm grateful to be. You're welcome. And also just get yourself some beautiful flowers this week. Just get yourself some fresh flowers in the house. Just, And don't say nothing. Just come home with the flowers. That's you doing that for you. All right. All right, Jasmine, are you? Oh yes. Oh great. Maybe loving. Oh, all right. That is confusing. But at this moment in time, that energy is definitely really active. Do you feel like those dreams? Oh, hi, Celine. I'm so glad you ended up here. Of course, more than welcome to just hang out. And sometimes there is a collective message hiding in the personals as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. All right, Jasmine, sorry. Um, do you feel yes that the dreams just kind of came out of the blue, almost like from a subconscious, and therefore you find yourself mentally thinking about it because of the dream, or is it actually it already has starting to your here and now, and then you start to actually also it starts to integrate into your dreams? All right, let's see. Yeah. All right. You have psychic insight and you have karma releasing. So I am sensing that you are about to enter and you're getting into like a next stage, and you are definitely like releasing some karma. And so when a karmatic cycle comes to an end, it is sometimes actually showing up more actively. um it's like showing up more actively. um how to put that, in our day to day, because it wants us to start to shift and on, one sec, because they're too loud. um Sometimes when we are going through a tough situation and we're like, at one point we start not really, we start to heal from it a little bit more, I guess, and then it's not really on our mind like 24/7, and we start to allow new things and new experience into our lives. We sometimes put it on a shelf, and it kind of becomes into almost like in a freezer energy, like a freezing energy, meaning that it is like that, but it's not really affecting us so deeply, but yet it is still there, and it still is in a certain way of looking at it. We can like look back to a situation of like 16 years ago, or maybe let's just keep it casual, let's say 7 years ago or 5 years ago, and still have similar energy. Well, maybe if you allow it to come into the here and the now, and you're allowed to like look at it through the new eyes, like defreeze it, put it into the here and the now, let it get onto room temperature, and actually maybe making space for it to see it in new light and see it in new ways, and actually taking in like the lessons and stuff that you needed to learn, but also you needed to emotionally detach from a situation in order to gain that new perspective, and therefore a cycle is ending, and therefore we can sort of move on. I am sensing that on a psychic level, like, you have a very strong intuition, and your dream state is definitely, very active, kind of always been active. So when it comes to that, you're also doing like a lot of deep healing, but you also receive like messages in your dream state at the same time. That's why they feel so real and vivid. Um, your third eye is opening or is open, and see the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. They want you to make space and make room for new energy. I am sensing that this X energy, and I'm just gonna be honest. You have a very strong magnetic field, and so the moment where you start to move away from a situation and start to like let go and release yourself of it, sometimes that actually makes other people call you more, and all of a sudden they show up out of the blue, or they start showing up in your dreams. It's almost like they can't completely let go of your energy more actually than you, because sometimes we translate it into, "Ooh, we're dreaming about this person," and like all of that, but it is an energetic bond that is still sort of active, but it's thinning out, and I feel like you're almost ready to like cut the cords. And then you're allowed to release that emotional attachment, because they are guiding you to sort of move forward. You have soul flame energy. Rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. So that is definitely like that psychic insight. It's trying to take you in to a new space where you can heal, because sometimes when we can be in a physical, it could be like years later and we're not even talking to a person anymore, and we're like, open to maybe dating new people or whatever they do, we send them love and light, but there's still this emotional connection. you know Certain level of healing does take place with time, yes, but sometimes an energetic connection and bond can just stay active for you know years and years and years, unless we're like actively actually allowing to break it. And sometimes it is being afraid to recommit to someone based on a past hurt, and therefore that energetic action connection is still active, and that bond is still there. So rediscovering a lost part of yourself, I'm feeling like you're in a season of actually reclaiming a lot of yourself. And therefore, first, sometimes we need to see what are our energy leaks. Where is still energy going and showing up in our lives where apparently, you know, it's like sometimes it's like a really weird example, but sometimes other people are on your electricity and you don't even know it, and you see like, it's maybe sometimes even a little bit, but it starts to like go up and up and up, and you like, I don't even know, like I haven't even really used electricity that much or something, but I guess maybe a new appliance or whatever. um and sometimes just a little bit. But then, like years later, you figure out that it's actually the downstairs neighbor who like plugged into something that connected to you, and you actually been paying for that stuff for years. Sometimes we don't really know where our certain, even if it's just tiny energy leaks or attachments, and that are still actually actively taking on life source energy from us. So I feel like you're in a cycle, and that's why it shows up in your dream. It's more so to help you navigate through this healing and the rediscovering, because I don't necessarily think it means like, you should go back. That's not really what I'm getting. Because phases and cycles, yes, exactly. Phases and cycles are letting you know this is a beginning with, there is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and are released. You see, things are being revealed to you, and then you're releasing it. But it comes from a psychic, like your subconscious as well, but like a psychic ability in order to see the truth through the third eye chakra. That's why I'm having a hard time actually using my words with this reading, because I feel like my speech is really, I almost feel like limited by the amount of words I could use, because such like beyond feeling. That's why I have a hard time like grounding it into the here and the now. But I hope that I am getting the message out there regardless. All right. Let's pick up the deck for you. Let's see what else comes through. Let me see. Comes to love. Comes to love. I feel there are some answers maybe that, or yeah, that just you haven't found. Maybe you had some questions, some lingering questions. What is up with my speech? It really affected. Okay. Is there sometimes, there's a part of us that wants to hold on to something, wants to continue to see something because we invested so much time and energy. We don't want it to be for nothing. We don't want it to be forgotten. So that might be a part of it. Because there's stuff you hold on to. Maybe you're not really sharing your feeling or emotions with other people. Whether that's a person or it is, like close friends and stuff like that. Or it's like everybody thinks that you're already fine. And maybe you think like, oh, maybe it's weird if I start talking about that now. I feel like you're juggling something. You're juggling. I feel like you think like, no, it's okay. Like I can like continue to juggle this. It's okay. I got this. It's fine. What is that? What are those two things? Because you're holding on to being able to like do two things at the same time. What are you holding on to? Because the advice for the situation is the release of wanting to keep something in the same. It's like Four of Pentacles, it's about creating space for the new, creating space for the new with the Page of Wands, creating space for the new. So you have a clean slate. I feel like that is something your soul's really urging. It just wants a clean slate. So the fact that you're confused and there are so many layers to this situation and history, of course, but it shows up in your life in the here and now in order for you to really break through some cycles and also learn from it and heal from certain things. That's the main purpose for it to show up in the way that it's doing. What else when it comes to love for Jasmine, please? What else when it comes to love? Yeah, here we go. The Eight of Cups. Yep. Beautiful. Wow. Yes. Yes and yes. You have the devil, so that's like sort of that energetic connection, you see? That attachment. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups came through. So the Eight of Cups came after the devil with the Ace of Pentacles. And so it's like when you release and you're walking away, you're releasing, you're walking right into this healing. You're a lot further than you might think. You really are being guided to go up on a new journey. So it's about new connections, new type of people, new situations, fresh circumstances, and being able to look at that from a healed place and connect to those new spaces from a healed place, and not feeling like you have to be super like on guard because what if something from the past might pop up again or happens again. I don't want that. Just understand that you've learned valuable lessons from it, and therefore it won't really necessarily show up in the same way again. Because what's the use of learning the same lesson twice if you actually ended up learning it already? You gotta trust yourself. You know red flags, like. And then he shows up with the red flag. You see, you wear the red flag like a cape, meaning that you're the red flag, but that you own the insight and the ability to know the difference. You can trust in yourself. It's all about gaining trust. What else is in your energy? The King of Cups. Beautiful. I love that. You are attracting. I don't know the Cancer man, but could be. Could be an energy with a lot of Cancer in their charts. But it's someone who is very emotionally, knows themselves on an emotional, level, knows how to be vulnerable in the right time, knows how to create space for your vulnerability, and is actually motivating you to be more open and be more vocal about it. With the Chariot as well, it's someone who's not afraid to commit, not afraid to take things to the next level, not afraid to build, not afraid to take a leap of faith, and not afraid to love. That's something that I'm seeing in the near future, because you're walking right into that space. It's almost like, no, I'm going to try again. Let's download an app, or let's try, open up or whatever, right? I'm just giving you example. And the first person, yeah, you think you might be just be dating whatever. The first person is like, instantly like this really intense connection. I'm giving it as an example. I don't want you to take me on that word, but sometimes we think, oh, here we go, it's going to be such a long journey. And then it's like not. Because, it was all about the willingness to try and restart. And therefore, you instantly upgraded to like a level 8. Because it's the being able to say, okay, no matter what it takes, I am committing myself to this new space, and I want different things. I don't want a rehashing of the old story. I don't want to connect to a person who there are so many deeper layers of hurt and pain. With that, I'm setting that free with love. I'm learned the lessons, and I'm opening up for something like a new chapter in my life. And that's an energy that I feel like you're being guided to do. So the new is the way to go. And I'm just being really honest. That's just what I'm feeling. But it definitely has purpose for showing up, not just to haunt you, to make you confused. It is your subconscious feels like you're ready to detach and becoming aware of certain energy leaks and letting it go with love. And there is love coming towards you. If somebody actually kisses you in your dream, and there's a form of cleansed energy there, it's just love. The love that you've shared is eternal. It will stay in the ethers, but that's then what it is. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you, Jasmine. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope that was helpful. Because what I'm seeing coming up is really, truly excited. A serious commitment. I'm glad you do, because you should. Because also, just one more thing, like I do want to acknowledge, it's not an easy um, thing to go through or to heal through. This is just, but it is a season, and it's a season because your soul, it feels like you can handle it, that you can take it, you know? So, yeah, you got this. And embracing the beauty that can come with that as well, with a new beginning. Sending you a big hug, Jasmine. You got this. Trust me. All right. Jamie. Hi. Yes, I actually just finished. I just finished up the last personal reading, so you could head over to PayPal, and then I can just, do one more reading for you. That's okay. Yes. Well, exactly. And that's really a long relationship that's so like fundamentally, part of your life, and now you're coming into a next phase in your life, a new season, and that sometimes is scary. But the love and things in the time you've invested and learned lessons you've learned and the bond that you've built with somebody, that is just that's eternal. And just because you're now in a phase where you move on and you try to open up maybe for something new, or you're not really sure if it's the right thing to do, It is. It's because it's that time. But it doesn't mean that you're not allowed or that it's not normal that you feel all these normal feelings and emotions with it. And that often it shows up in a dream state because the subconscious is freely, more feels more free to speak. But letting go with love is it's very hard, but it's very powerful. And it takes on new forms. So give yourself the time, and it is also really like rediscovering a part of yourself. That's what literally what it says, like rediscovering a lost part of yourself, but it's a new and improved part of yourself. Because when we are single, whatever, and we get into this relationship, there's this new energy in the side of us, that comes up, and then we're the person that we are in the relationship and how we show up. But then when you get out of the relationship, then all of a sudden, you know, that person that you were in the relationship doesn't really necessarily fit anymore into like the new life. So we have to sort of find our ways again. And that sometimes feels scary. Sometimes it's not only the person that we detach from, it's also a part of ourselves. It's a role that it's a role that we take on. Not that it's not real. Yes, it's a part of us, but that now a new side of us needs to also start to emerge and figuring that out. All right, now I'm gonna stop chewing your ear off. But I just wanted to, just a little bit longer. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I just quickly had to like double check a couple of things. So I'm just like sitting here being silent. um, oh, all right, Jamie. Thank you so much. I'm going to. I've put your name on the list, but you're the last one. But then again, I still had to like put your name on there. Yes, I've mentioned it a little bit earlier on. Like apparently, like it's not work. It didn't transfer like the description information, but I've left a link in the chat. But maybe you tuned in later than last time. But you made it work, and yeah, that's okay. It's totally fine. All right. So, yes, could you send me, your question or you want me to focus on during this reading for you? Then we can jump into it. And that's the last reading for tonight. It's just, a slow Wednesday, which is really nice. But I probably will show up, during the weekend again. So we're gonna do another one because, it's just a weekday. But I'm just gonna put my leg up for just a moment. Yes. All right, that's better. I need to. No, this is the right deck. Okay. All right. All right. So, what is exactly your question? Think you feel like, what's going on behind the scenes about that? Okay. Sorry, but I need to focus. So. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So that's the question. Is she? Okay. Oh, that's the way. I turn around the is and the name. So I was like, what's the question? But, I need reading glasses, girl. Okay, here we go. Um, yes. Because I was already like putting some cards down, and the energy around it is that it's gonna come, it's showing up. So here we have the Six of Wands, basically. So that is actually that external connection. So it's showing up into the external world with the basically, the Queen of Cups energy, meaning that, the connection to something that is something you treasure. Is what I'm feeling. Something you treasure, and here you have, there you go. Here it is. It's showing you, so like it's pretty clear. I was like interested how the message showed up, but I'm gonna get a couple more cards. Let's see how it goes. The Emperor energy is showing up as well, so I feel, yeah, with the King of Swords, and ooh, there's a lot of energy that comes through on that one. The Ten of Swords, the Ten of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, yeah, Four of Pentacles. Okay, so what I am sensing is that Lauren, okay, I'm just gonna, you say Lauren, so let's say Lauren. She is dealing with the other side of the scale, meaning that there's other companies, other people she needs to talk to, other corporations and other things, and she's just waiting on those answers. I'm seeing that, because so it's a co-partnership basically, and I feel that there's like more going on behind the scenes where she's just is kind of a little bit out of her hands. That's what I'm feeling. But with the Ten of Cups, Three of Pentacles, like it will work out. It's just don't lose sight of the what it's truly about, you know. Yes, exactly. So that's what I am sensing, and I'm sensing that it's a, I'm hearing a dog eat dog world, which is very intriguing. The way they put it, dog eat dog world, meaning as it goes heart to heart here and there, So this is like the Emperor energy versus the King of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is here. Like I'm just waiting around, just like, just waiting in the back. You see, it's on its phone, and it's like it's not really an easy job behind the scenes. So if I could put it that way. So I am sensing with the Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Don't get in your head too much, and just keep your eye on the value of it. And not only the value of the price, the value of what it has, it's just like, is it a clean diamond? Meaning that, is it a blood diamond or no? And also the value of it. Sometimes, yeah, something is bigger or whatever, but it's like you gotta feel an energetic connection to it. And if you don't lose sight of that, things will work out. And I feel like you might actually end up with more than you thought that you would. That's what I'm feeling. And the being patient will pay off as well, because you're being patient. You have been being patient with this. Yes. The strength, the Ace of Cups. You see? It will pay off. Your patience and persistence will pay off. It brings about the strength energy and the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, that's really what I'm getting for the situation right now. Yes. Well, you are. You are being patient. So, and you also know what you want. But also allow people to maybe. So, I do have to say this. Sorry, my hair is just it's very humid in here. Um, they are showing me that be open minded, because something else might actually come to you that you actually might end up liking a lot more. So, you know, stay open. That's what I'm feeling like. Stay open minded. Okay? That will help the situation. Exactly. Well, that's good. That's good. You're giving her the space. And she's trying her best behind the scenes. So I do have to say that. I got to give her some credit. It's okay if you're here and there now. Sometimes just check in. That's okay. There's no worries about that. But, um, trusting in that. Yeah. Well, that's good. You should listen to yourself. Well, that's good, Jamie. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'm just gonna give you one more just side note, just a message, because I feel like it was a little bit shorter reading than the other ones maybe. Or let me just get one extra card from this deck. Then general messages that wants to come true for Jamie. Anything else? Wow. This card. It says, you are worthy of beautiful things. And that's some shit. You are worthy of beautiful things. It says, divine, magnetic, and valuable. The value. You are worthy of beautiful things. Extra side note from the universe. All right. I want to thank you, Jamie, for letting me read for you. And just, be patient. It will come. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in who just, stayed around. The pick a card reading is in the beginning of the reading. Maybe you tune in later on. So there's an extra collective message out there. I will be doing a live again somewhere this week. So I will show up again if you missed this one. Thank you so much. I love you guys. And I'm also working on monthly readings right now. So they will start showing up on my channel here and there these next, coming weeks. So yeah, luck coming. Have a beautiful day slash night slash morning wherever you are. And yeah, I'll be back soon. All right. Love you and thank you. And please don't forget to hit the like button on this reading so the message gets sent out there. But that's just a side note. All right. Mwah. Bye, guys. Bye. Oh, yeah. Oh, I have to tune out here. Okay. Bye.